In this video, we're going to have a look at how do we calculate the total surface area of a trapezoidal prism. In this example, we want to calculate the total surface area of the shape shown below. Now, because there is no formula for a trapezoidal prism, the best way to calculate the total surface area of that shape is to draw the individual sides, calculate their areas, and then add them together. So we'll start off by drawing the sides that we know make up a trapezoidal prism. So we have a trapezoid that is the base, and we're going to have two of those at each end. In addition to the trapezium at each end, we're going to have four rectangles that make up the side of the trapezoidal prism. So we'll draw four separate rectangles. Now that we have our shapes that make up the trapezoidal prism, we need to go through and add in the measurements. So starting with the trapezium, we know one side of the trapezium is going to be 1.1. The second side is going to be 2.6. And then the height of the trapezium is going to be 2.3. So now looking at the rectangles, because the sides of our trapezium all have different lengths, each of the four rectangles are going to have different widths. So starting at the bottom of the trapezium and working our way around, the first rectangle is going to be 2.3. Then we're going to have the next one being 2.6. And then 2.75, and then the last one is going to be 1.1. Now the length of the rectangles are all going to be the same, which is the height of the trapezoidal prism. And to identify the height, we're looking at the length between our two trapezium bases, which is that side there, which is 1.6. So all of our rectangles are going to have a length of 1.6. So now we have all of our measurements on our shapes. We can go ahead and calculate each area of those individual shapes and then add them all together to find the total surface area. So first we'll start off calculating the area of the trapezium, and the formula for that is going to be A plus B times height divided by 2. So substituting in our values from our diagram, our A and B value is going to be 1.1 plus 2.6. Then we're going to times it by the height of 2.3 and divide by 2. And that is going to equal 4.26 meters squared. And we can add that back up to our diagram up the top. Our next step is to calculate the area of the four rectangles. And to help us, we'll label them A, B, C, and D. So starting off with the area of A, it's equal to length times width, which is equal to 2.3 times 1.6, which is going to equal 3.68 meters square. Then moving on to area B, length times width equals 2.6 times 1.6, which equals 4.16 meters square. Area of C, length times width again, so 2.75 times by 1.6, which equals 4.4 meters square. And area of rectangle D is going to be length times width, so 1.1 times 1.6 equals 1.76 meters squared. Now that I've calculated those four areas, I can go ahead and add them into my shapes up the top. So 3.68, 4.16, 4.4, and 1.76. So now that I have the area of each of those individual shapes, I can go ahead and now calculate the total surface area of my trapezoidal prism. So to calculate the total surface area, I need to add all of my sides together. So the area of the trapezium, and because I have 2, I need to times it by 2, plus area of A, plus the area of B, plus the area of C, plus the area of D. So it's substituting in my values, 4.26 times 2, plus 3.68, plus 4.16, plus 4.4, plus 1.76, and that works out to be a total of 22.52 meters squared. So the total surface area, calculated by breaking the shape into individual components and working out their area and adding them together, is 22.52 meters squared.